Yeah, how you guys doing? Okay. Listen, I'm a low energy guy, so, yeah, that's it. People are always like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna kick it into gear. I'm in gear. This is the speed for the whole time, okay? So, just want to clarify. It also doesn't help that my voice is at that frequency that, like, messes with cats. Like, I don't know why every so often, like, I hypnotize a cat by accident, so it also applies to people. If you're still trying to figure me out, most people try to put you in a box in their mind when they meet someone new. They're like, oh yeah, he's like that. For me, just think diabetic Ray Romano. And then, there's like no real follow-up after that. It's like, yeah, he had plenty of ice cream his whole life, all the time. I'm also Persian. I could tell you that if you were wondering which one. Which one, brother? I'm Persian. Although I've never been tested, so I could be Puerto Rican. I'm not actually sure, but no, I'm definitely Persian. It's the smell. When people are like, how do you know Persians? Just smell one of us, and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. Chanel 5, kebab, cigarette. It's like a formula that even a baby smells like. It's weird. I grew up here. I wasn't born in Iran. I had a pretty normal upbringing. My parents didn't want me to be weird, They they let me do stuff. I got to watch Disney movies. That was a big win. Just Aladdin. Not every Disney, only Aladdin, which is pronounced Aladdin. I don't know who Aladdin is. Aladdin's on, Aladdin is on. Aladdin, When You're Brown, is a documentary. It's not something that you like sing a song or a whole new. Like, me and my sister watched it and we were like, holy shit, are we gonna have to steal bread when we grow up? And then here we are, 20 years later at the self-checkout, just taking bread and just throwing it like behind the back, and then unexpected item and bagging it, I got an old school Persian dad as well. I don't have one of these new Persians that you've discovered on your TikTok. I don't know, these Persians that do life hacks and the helpful ones, like, that's not who we are. My dad is old school Persian, okay? He's the kind of guy where, like, a kid falls off their bike in front of him, and rather than help, he'll go up to the kid and he'll be like, when I was your age, I could fly. Like, that's who we are. That's not even an exaggeration. Like, anytime I try to make my dad laugh, it starts with a smile, then it auto-corrects into a frown. Like, I try to make him laugh, and he's like, whoa, what the hell was that, man? He thinks it's sorcery. You cheat me. You are a cheater. Also, like, I live at home, so you know how that saying goes of your rent when you live at home is your mental health? I live at home. I have a 9-to-5 job. I come upstairs at 8:59 a.m. to open the laptop and start working. And who's there to greet me but my dad with his magnifying glasses, just looking at me with big eyes, just, oh, the CEO is here. Good morning. Can I make you some eggs? I obviously have a job. I have a day job. When you do stand-up, people are like, oh yeah, where are you off to next? Work. Stand-up, you know what stand-up pays? Parking is more expensive. That's how much stand-up pays. So I have a day job. I'm in office, collaborating. Have they used this word on you guys? Come in to collaborate. I work in sales. I make cold calls. I call people. But I get there, it's me and 900 Indian guys, and we're there, and we're like, all right, let's collaborate. Let's do this. Like, should we send some lyrics to Kendrick Lamar today? What do you guys want to do? Let's really collaborate together, team. And then, one guy starts a rap, and he's bouncing around the kitchen like, yo, white girls, they don't talk to us. And you're like, okay, Raul, that's not really a rap, but we'll work on it, that's fine. The job is in sales. I make cold calls. My name is Faraz Niafattah. So most of the time when I call, people are like, how did Al Qaeda get my number? I have to like bring them back to earth. But I'm a lot nicer now when I receive a cold call, unless it's duct cleaning. If it's a guy from duct cleaning, I'm like, you know what to do with yourself. But if it's something else, I'll be nice, I'll hear them out. Because I've had to pitch a million times. You try to sell somebody something. But the other day, the scams are getting lazy. The other day, this guy calls me and he goes, hello, sir, this is Expedia. And I'm like, oh, okay, Expedia. Yeah, hang on, let me go get my credit card. This is Expedia. It's not the company, it's the guy. It's Expedia called me. I am getting a little older. You know, I'm not like an old man or anything, but I'm definitely not 20 anymore. Little things have started to change. Minor things, okay? Like, I won't leave the house now unless I have napkins, no matter what. They're already in all my jackets. If you think you're ever gonna go into my closet and look through a jacket and not find napkins, you're crazy. Napkins and everything. Sometimes I'm taking stuff out of my wallet to make way for napkins. Life is serious now, you know, napkins, sizes, things matter. I save them. I'm hoarding napkins, especially on a plane. I'm keeping the napkin, that one napkin. I might need it. Little things have started to change, but I'm not that old, okay? Sometimes if I'm at the store, for example, I'll see somebody actually old do something old, and then I feel a lot better. Like the other day, I'm at the store and I see this she's like this old lady. She's testing out Febreze. Do you know what that means? She was unloading Febreze in front of her face until there was like a plume. There was like a cloud, and then she dunked her face in the plume. And I got a good side view of this, and she's breathing it in, and you could see the particles going to her brain. That little walnut in there just getting Febreze. She's basically vaping Febreze. I don't know how else to describe what was happening. And I was like, thanks. I'll never be that old. That's so nice of you to do that. What? I was like, just open it and take a swig. What are you waiting for? I mean, I don't have any kids. All my friends have kids. We're at that age. When I go to hang out with some of them, my one friend has 3 kids. When I get to his house, I remember what the house used to look like. I was his friend before and after, before kids, after kids. There's kids now. The place looks like an exhibit for Chernobyl. Like they just, the toaster's outside. It looks like people had to leave in a hurry. They didn't have a chance to grab their possessions. Why is the toaster outside? The kids play with it, okay. And then, you know, I go knock on the door, and in the old days, he would like give me a beer or something to like start the night. Now he gives me a pep talk, like about the house. He's like, hey man, do me a favor. When you come inside, don't look at anything. And you're like, what do you mean? And then he opens the door, and then first it's the fruit flies. They're like the bats in Jumanji. They just like, there's so many fruit flies. My one friend, his kid is like 2 years old, I'd say. He's not really talking yet, he's mostly screaming. But he knows exactly what he wants, but he's not able to tell you. Like sometimes he wants to go in the backyard, and instead of going up to the sliding doors and trying to open them, and maybe indicating that he wants to go outside, what he does is he puts his hands out in front of him, then he gets on his knees, and makes sure like we're watching, and then he starts smashing his head into the ground as hard as he can. He doesn't do that for anything else. That means backyard. That's backyard. And he's bang, and he's smashing his face. And meanwhile, you can hear them being like, kids are so rewarding. And you're like, starting when? What's the ETA? But anyways, this kid's, you know what it looks like? It looks like it looks like he got to Mecca late. And he was like, he was like, yo, Habibis, how many prayers did you guys do today? And they're like, well over 50. And he's like, oh, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I just try to put my foot there. I'm like, stop. This friend also tries to give me like jokes, because I do stand up. He tries to live vicariously through me, I guess. He calls me sometimes to hand me a joke, and I'll answer the phone. He's already laughing, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so bad. The other day, this guy calls me. He works in construction, and he's like, oh yeah, and you know what we did on the job site? We wrote some guy's name down, and then we wrote, if you take a good dump, send me a pic. And we put his phone number there. So this guy's been getting pictures all week of just people's turds. And he's like, there you go. That's for you. It's almost like, you know, if your grandpa's like, here's $1, spend it wisely. You're like, I can't do anything with that. It means nothing. I believe that's it. My name is Faraz Niafattah. Good night.